Okay, well, I'm here with Joe Panz from Rescue Inc. And I just want to know what is it exactly that had you and the fellows start Rescue Inc.
Well, rescuing started a very long time ago. Me and Johnny O and some other guys got together. We're street guys, just regular guys. That if we were always the type of guys that if you had a problem in the neighborhood, you'd come to us and we would help you out. Rescue groups back then were mainly comprised of women. Not any longer. Now there's a lot of guys in rescue. But they would come to us from time to time with all sorts of problems, whether it be somebody abusing an animal that got abusive with them, someone destroying cat enclosures, somebody fighting animals in a bad part of town, somebody took somebody's animal and give it back, all sorts of stuff like that. We would either go with these women and make sure they're okay, or if it was something nasty, we'd go ourselves and educate the people, the proper way to treat animals and talk to people. People listen to us. Are very convincing.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I've seen the show, and you guys very much have a very good effect.
Well, you know what it is. People, we're not angels. We never claim to be angels. You know what I'm saying? We're street guys, real street guys, not like rappers. You look into our backgrounds, you might not like everything you see. However, everything we've ever did in our lives was to either defend someone who needed defending or to basically do the right thing in a situation that, people couldn't go to the police or couldn't get something done and needed an extra oomph, an extra push.
Oh, yeah.
We've been accused of a lot of different things, but always wrongfully accused. We've been accused lately of a lot of things that aren't true. However, a lot of people are accused of a lot of different things, and, sooner or later the truth comes out. However, we're always here, and if you could find us and you have a problem, we'll help you out. It's just the way things are. It's what we do. We don't ask for money for helping people. A lot of rescue groups ask for money when they do things. We don't. We do whatever humanly possible out of the money in our pockets, out of donations that we get, which we get very, very little donations. We sell T-shirts and things like that to keep us running.
Well, you got to do what you got to do to keep, what it is that you're doing, on constantly on the go.
We do what we do because we can do it. Because we have, it's not that we're smarter than anybody else.
Oh, no.
It's we've been around longer. We don't want anybody to do what we do, A, because it's extremely dangerous, and B, because they don't have the life experience that we have. We've been through some really, really rough scrapes, some really dangerous situations, so we tend to read people a little bit faster than the average guy. I've been shot 5 times. I've been stabbed I don't know how many times. I've been in really, really bad situations where, you have to be mentally tough enough to be able to talk your way out of a situation. Any tough guy could throw fists. Any tough guy could go into a situation and start a fight. It's the tough guy that could go into that situation and defuse it by being tough, by being mentally tough. To go into a situation, not to be afraid, to be able to negotiate, to be where somebody's yelling and screaming at you and they look very violent and they might be very violent, but you have to be tough enough to be able to turn around and say, calm down. You have to calm down. We have to work this situation out. And to hold your ground and to be mentally tough enough not to break down to where you're the aggressor. There's a lot of different situations that rescuing goes into where everybody thinks that we just go in yelling and screaming. That's not the case. We go places and we find out what the problem is, and we try to physically and mentally attack the problem to where maybe it's a guy doesn't have enough money to feed the animals, so we'll bring him food. Maybe, a lot of times abuse isn't abuse that's caused by the owner as, because he wants to abuse an animal. A lot of times he doesn't have the money, or he doesn't know enough to bring the animal in out of the cold, or he's not experienced enough with animals, or he needs some training. We'll build a doghouse for a person. We'll go with drop food off. A lot of times, you don't want to break up a family because an animal becomes a part of your family. You don't want to break up a family because of money.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
You want to keep an animal in the house as long as it's not abuse that the person's doing, directly to the animal. If it's indirect, if he doesn't know, maybe he needs an education.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different scenarios that come up that rescuing deals with. Now, there's the other side of the coin when people are just abusers. We get a lot of people that yell and scream all the time. You guys, you're wasting all this time and energy on animals. And I tell these people time and time again, 100% of all the serial killers, pedophiles, and rapists all started off abusing animals at one time or another. What they do is they practice on animals. And when they feel comfortable or they can't feed that sickness inside, they move on to something else that they think to be helpless, which is usually a small child, a woman, or an elderly person. These are the people that we actively seek out 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
This is what we do. Now, there's other things that happen where you got gangs that are out there. We go to schools and we talk to kids about gang activity. Why? Because we've been in really bad situations. We've been where these kids are. These kids listen to us because we're not talking at them, we're talking to them. There's a lot of different scenarios. Where you got these gangs and they try to desensitize these kids as much as possible.
Yeah.
And what they do, instead of, these gang guys aren't stupid anymore. They're not going to have a guy get initiated where he has to shoot somebody or hurt somebody because that brings heat to the gang.
Yeah.
And heat, stops them from making money. So what they do is they try to desensitize these kids as much as possible. And when I say kids, I don't mean people 14, 15. I mean 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds.
Oh, my God.
This is the people that they bring into these gangs because they know when these kids do something bad that they're not going to get the full brunt of the law brought down on them.
Yeah, they're pretty much going to get slapped on the wrist.
And they'll be able to insulate the higher guy from getting jail sentences and being arrested. So what they do is these kids, and how do they do it? They make them kill puppies and kittens or torture animals. We've had cases where they've hung dogs so where a dog couldn't move and had children stone these dogs to death. We've had really bad incidences where we've seen this. And now, when you desensitize a kid and he's back at school, he can't negotiate his way out of a problem like a normal child would. He reacts to violence. When he comes across a situation where somebody's not acting the way that he wants him to act or she wants him to act, he's going to react with violence because that's all he knows.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Now, what we do is we try to attack the situation before it starts. We go to these schools and we talk to them, and we let them know that you can be a tough guy and still do the right thing.
No, absolutely.
You can't send a Boy Scout after a bad guy.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? You got to send guys that you got to fight fire with fire. I'm not saying we're bad guys. I'm not saying we're good guys. I'm saying we're your guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
We're regular guys. We're regular blue-collar guys. We work all the time. We do this on our own time with our own money as much as we can. We run a shelter in Long Beach. Shelters get subsidized with, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. Because of who we are, the way we look and what we do and what we've gotten accomplished, that a lot of time works against us.
Yeah.
Our shelter is subsidized with $15,000 a year. Do you know how much insurance costs on a shelter? It's a lot.
Oh, I honestly can't imagine. I can't imagine.
Yeah, and that's what we get. We get $15,000 a year. The cars that we get are donated. Those cars run on everybody's support. We got a Charger that was donated to us. It's a 2008 Charger. Because we take care of things so well, and because we work on our cars, and because we have friends that help us with, cars and painting and stickers and stuff like that, everybody thinks this Charger is a brand new $60,000 Charger. It's not. It's 2008. It's like 5 years old. Wow. It just looks brand new. You know what I mean? And people have to understand that we get things done because of who we are and how we go about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And when you say we need a lot more groups like us out there, we're not vigilantes. We do investigations. We do whatever humanly possible. Rescue Inc. is made up of street guys like myself, police officers, ex-police officers, military personnel, private investigators, and lawyers now. Because we figured out that we might as well recruit lawyers because we can't afford to pay for them.
You gotta get...
When we get in trouble, we need a lawyer. We're like, wow, this guy, a lawyer bill is very, very expensive. The last time I got a lawyer bill, I thought it was his telephone number. It was his bill.
Oh my God.
So we know we've been in trouble before, and we've recruited lawyers, and these are the things. Rescuing is evolving. It's ever evolving. Rescue isn't a neighborhood problem. Rescue isn't a state problem. It's not a United States problem. It's a global problem.
Oh no, absolutely.
Rescuing is all over the world, whether anybody knows it or not. We got people from Croatia, Canada, Germany, England, Japan, Australia. You name it, we got volunteers there. I'm telling you, when we came on the scene, when we started helping these rescue groups, there were no guys in rescue. There was a guy here, a guy there. Now you see so many more men in rescue because we've made rescue cool. We've made, we've been to events. We've been to cat events that, we had a guy come up to us. I'm 6'2", 260 pounds, and 6'2", 340 pounds. We got some big guys, 280, guys 280, 290. Some big guys. This one guy came up to us. He was about 6'6". If he didn't weigh 350 pounds, he didn't weigh 10 pounds,
Yeah.
And he goes, excuse me, could I talk to you for a second? I said, what's the problem? He goes, I just want to ask you a question. Could you step over here? I'm like, all right, here we go. So I walk over, and the guy turns to Big Ant. He goes, really, really low. And he's talking like really close to his ear. He goes, listen, I got this kitten. I don't know how old he is, but his eyes ain't open. I found him on the street. There was nobody there. I'm feeding him, every 2 hours. I got this milk I got from the vet. And we're looking at this guy like, we thought there was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But, this guy is more like he's trying to be quiet because he doesn't want anybody to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
now there's more and more guys coming out saying, yeah, I got cats, I like this, I like that. And if you touch one of them, I'll break your face.
Yeah.
But now it's okay. You know what I mean? Before it was like, oh, the crazy cat lady, the crazy rescue people, the crazy this. You should see some of the cat ladies that come to us. They're not, a 90-year-old lady that has 50 cats. They're some of the most nicest people in the world, all ages from 18 years old, 30 years old, that you wouldn't look at as the crazy cat lady, believe me. They look like they came off the centerfold, some of these women.
Oh my goodness! No, I can.
Yeah, and they would knock your socks off. And these are the people that are out there rescuing all the time. And it's just rescue is more mainstream now.
Oh,
we got wonderful people behind us. We've been blessed because a lot of people have turned their backs on us because of the way we look, because of what we do and how we act.
Yeah.
They see us walk up. I mean, not how we act, how we talk. They see us, walk up to them and like, hey, how you doing? How's everything? They're like, oh, that crazy New York guy. Look at you, got tattoos. Big guy. I don't want to talk to this guy. We're the guy that's going to help you. The guy that you look at and you walk across the street because you're scared of us, you know, and then they walk up to the guy with the suit and think the guy with the suit's going to help them. The guy in the suit robs and takes all their money, like Madoff and all those other guys, you know?
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, no, I pretty much know that much. I know that much because I'm a Brooklyn girl myself, and a lot of the times it's usually the nice, clean-cut looking people that for some reason they're the snakes. And you guys, the thing is...
a lot of them are clean-cut because they got it's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, no, the thing is also is that you guys, the thing that I like about you guys is that all you guys over there, pretty much what you see is what you get people. And you either like you or you don't, but you are who you are. And you're not going to change for appearance sake or for, I mean, I would actually give to see someone trying to, like, be your PR and they try to get you guys in, like, suits or something.
Yeah.
No, but you know what, though? With getting back to, you know, people coming up to you guys and telling you that, you know, they've taken in this animal. Believe it or not, we actually have, in my house right now, we have 2 cats and the brother and sister from a different litter. The mother actually came into our yard, and it was the little boy that pretty much, you know, warmed up, comes into the house occasionally, and the mother actually left it on the doorstep leading to our backyard. And we raised her since she was like wee little, no teeth or anything. And it's like, wow. And being strays, I didn't think that they would be so friendly when it comes down to people. They're great with my 3-year-old daughter. And, you know, now, I mean, we had the occasional stray cat coming into the yard every now and then, but it's like they know, okay, this place is safe. We can come and go as we please. It's, you know, I mean, I was actually, like, I did volunteer work for quite a few years at a shelter out in Flushing. And, you know, I mean, now they're closed down, but they have a shelter out in Manhattan. It's called Animal Haven. And it's like they would have one floor designated they had 2 floors designated to nothing but cats. And I can't even begin to tell you how many times I would go over there to do the dog walks and do obedience training so that these dogs are ready to go to homes pretty much already, you know, ahead of the game. And 90% of the kennel that they had there would be nothing but pit bulls and pit bull mixes.
Sure, yeah.
And those dogs
and they're the best dogs around. The ones most likely not to bite you.
Oh, yeah, no, there was this one that they actually had put me in charge of because for some reason she would not walk with anyone else but with me. And they were saying, you know, you have to be careful because she's skittish around men. She loved my father. But the thing is that she was slightly dog aggressive. And my mother even said if we didn't have the dog we already have and the cat, we would have taken her immediately. And my mom is not one for pit bulls, but this one won her over. And, you know, they're actually my favorite breed because they are the most misunderstood. And when I see one, I immediately...
by the way they look and what people hear about them. That's why we emulate with these dogs so much because when you look at us or when you hear the stories about us and things like that, you're like, oh, stay away from these guys. And the same thing with the pit bulls. That's why we got pit bulls on our shirt because we understand how they feel.
Exactly.
I understand how they feel. Like when I walk in somewhere... me, Big Dan, Chuck, you know, and a couple of the guys, and everybody turns around and looks at us and it's like, geez. You know, places where we've gotten awards from. We walked into a place and there's all like movie stars and everything there. They called up one of our people and they said, listen, we don't have a lot of people. We have one person. They called up this woman that was trying to help us out and taking our phone calls because we don't like to take a lot of phone calls. We take the rescue phone calls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, people want us to show up somewhere, like, just write it into our website. When we get to it, we get to it. So we got invited to this place. And somebody did a documentary on us. This is before the TV show and everything, right? Mm-hmm. So we walk in, and this Howard Stern was there. Everybody was there. So this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, wear tuxedos. I'm like, yeah, right, okay. So we pull up on the motorcycles. We get off. We walk in jeans, our T-shirts, boots. So the guy looks. He goes, "All right." He's on this stage. He's like, "All righty." Okay. So we walk in, and the whole place is staring at us. So we're sitting down, like, and we get it's like, 600-700 people in this place. So everybody's looking at us, and we sit down. The waiter comes over, "Can I get you drinks here?" I'm like, "I want, four Jack Daniels, and 4 Diet Cokes." He's like, "All right, everybody's ordering 4 drinks at a time." We start ordering. I want 3 of these, 4 of these, because we know it's going to be an hour and a half by the time this guy gets back. So you got to order 3, 4 drinks at a time, because after an hour you're going to have no drinks on the table, and the guy is not going to come back to us. He thinks they're not going to give him a tip or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you order everything in one shot. And then, after we're sitting there, we're all talking amongst ourselves, because we don't see each other all the time under good circumstances. There's always something bad happening. So when we go someplace where it's nice, we talk amongst ourselves a lot, because it's just the way we are. We're friends. We haven't seen each other a long time under good circumstances. And people come over to us enjoying the conversation, and there's this whole big award ceremony going on, and we're not paying attention. So one guy comes up and goes, "Oh, guys. I'm like, "What? What's the problem now?" He goes, "He's won." What? What do we win? And they were like, "You won, like, they gave him a video of us. Somebody did a documentary, so they gave it to him. Now, there was like 10 people that gave him videos. That lady that went to jail, the cooking lady. Martha Stewart gave her thing. One guy was Academy Award winner, gave his rescue documentary thing. Like, there was like 10 videos, and we won.
Wow.
So we go to start walking up on stage. We're having a good time. And there was a lady up there, some movie star, man, I don't know who she is. But I didn't know who she was. We were outside, and we pulled up on the bikes, and she was a nice bike to say, "You want to go on a ride?" She was like, "Oh, maybe a little while since I'm Griffin." I said, "That's famous movie star lady." I'm like, I don't know. I apologize. I asked if she wanted, "What do you want from me?" How am I supposed to know, So we go up there, walking up on stage, and who's up on stage presenting the thing to us? This lady. But she was nice. She turned to us, she goes, "You're going to give me that ride later?" I said, "Yeah, no problem."
Oh, my goodness.
But like the guards out there are, you can't talk to this person. I'm like, get out of here. These people are probably nicer than you are, you know what I mean?
I know, right? Now...
Yeah, so, and we do a lot of bike runs. We do a lot more. We deal with child abuse. We deal with spousal abuse. A lot of times, 75% of all households that have animal abuse have other abuses, which is usually child or spousal. It's when people talk to us, I talk to you straight, I talk to everybody straight, but when people talk to us, I start telling them the statistics. I know what I'm talking about. It's not because I'm sitting there reading a book, it's because I live it. I know. We've been around it for so long. And the reason why we joke around all the time and try to make light of things is because we see so much bad shit.
Oh, yeah.
That if we didn't, we'd be burnt out. We wouldn't be doing this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we got so many wonderful people that are behind this, that don't listen to nonsense, like the New York Yankees, Petco, a lot of big companies, and they help us with the rescues that we do. They don't just hand us money. Nobody just hands us money.
Yeah.
I think if we got Rescue Inc., if we got 10,000 in donations in a year, something like that, that's a lot. You know what I mean? We run with money that we get from ourselves. People think we get hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in donations. We don't.
Yeah.
That's why I love what I generally lead. I got Corvettes and stuff like that. I don't got a Corvette. What the hell are you talking about? I got a 2001 Navigator. It's 2012. You know what I mean? They're like, what are they talking about? I don't know where they come up with these things. But, it's a lot of people get upset because they don't get the notoriety that they think they deserve, which I feel bad for them. Everybody should be, applauded for what they do, their efforts and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I've never said that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
But I also don't think you should be upset when somebody does something nice and they're applauded for it. You shouldn't be upset or jealous about that either.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean,
unfortunately, a lot of rescue people are very bitter.
Yeah, I've known a few. I've known a few.
And then you want to know something? They're very bitter, and they go on Facebook and they say a whole bunch of stuff, and they don't understand that it looks bad for rescue people. They just don't. They don't get it. They don't get rescue. They don't get it.